Hello, on this lecture we'll talk about the structure of the great poem, The Night in the Panther Skin. Actually, the poem consists of 1669 stanzas. Each stanza consists of 4 lines, and each line consists of 16 syllables, and the line is broken into 4 segments. Here you can see each line consists of 16 syllables, and the line itself is broken into 4 segments. And we have 2 types of shairi. Shairi is a particular poetic form, and we have 2 types of shairi. We have the first type is Maghali shairi or Ay shairi. In Maghali shairi, the line of 16 syllables is broken into 4 segments. Each segment consists of 4 syllables. So it is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and we have a comma or a break after the second segment. And the second type of shairi is the Bali shairi or Lo shairi. Here the line that consists of 16 syllables is also broken into 4 segments, 1, 2, 3, 4, but here the first segment consists of 5 syllables, while the second segment consists of 3 syllables. The third segment consists of 5 syllables, and finally the fourth segment consists of 3 syllables. And we have a break after the second syllable. And we use Maghali shairi when the pace of the plot is fast. Whenever the pace of the plot is fast, then we will use the Maghali shairi. That is to say, the line will be broken into 4 segments, so 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Each segment consists of 4 syllables, and the rhyming will be on the last 2 syllables of the last word in the line. Okay, and we will use the Bali shairi whenever the pace of the plot is slow. And what is the meaning of the slow pace? For example, when the poet quotes the things that someone tells to someone else, then this thing happened during a certain moment, and therefore the pace of the plot is slow, and therefore we use the Bali shairi. That is to say, the structure of the 16 syllables in each line will be 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3. That is to say, the line of the 16 syllables will be broken into 4 segments. The first segment consists of 5 syllables, the second segment consists of 3 syllables. We have then a break after the second syllable. Then the third syllable consists of 5 syllables. The first segment consists of 5 syllables, and the last segment, the fourth segment, consists of 3 syllables. And here the rhyming will be on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. Okay? And in Magali Shonri, that is to say, that is the fast pace we use whenever the pace of the plot is fast. And when the pace of the plot is fast, what does it mean? It means that if the stanza is talking about things that occurred during a long period of time, then the pace of the plot is fast, and therefore the structure of the 16 syllables will be 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming will be on the last 2 syllables of the last word in each line. While we use the Dabari Shairi when the pace of the plot is fast. We will use the Dabari Shairi when the pace of the plot is slow. Okay, I gave you the example when the pace of the plot is fast. For example, if the poet quotes that someone tells the things that someone tells to someone else, then the pace of the plot is fast, and then the pace of the plot is slow, and therefore the structure of the 16 syllables will be 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming will be on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. Okay? And the poem also have another characteristic, and the characteristic is that the poet repeats at least on the last 3 letters of the last word in each line. Okay? The last 3 letters, at least the last 3 letters of the last word in each line. That is to say, it can repeat on more than 3 letters. Okay? So, in order to clarify the issue, I will give you a couple of examples. We'll start with stanza 802. In stanza 802, it is on chapter 11, and the chapter 11 is about the testament of Tandil, that is the commander of the armies of Arabia. So it is the testament of Tandil to King Ostevan, that is the king of Arabia. So it is the testament of Tandil to King Ostevan when he stole away. Okay? So here in stanza 802, the poet quotes the things that Tandil told to King Ostevan, and whenever you have a quoting in the stanza, then the pace of the plot will be slow, and therefore the structure of the 16 syllables in each line will be 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming will be on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. Okay, and in stanza 802, Tandil tells to King Ostevan that if something will happen to him during the journey to India to meet his friend Ariel, and he will die and no one can find his body, then he asks for King Kostevan that the king should mourn him and mention his name and tells good thing about him. Okay, so the translation to English of stanza 802 is as follows: If fate, the destroyer of all, destroy me, an orphan I shall die, traveling unmourned by parent, nor will those who brought me up, nor the friend whom I trust enshroud me, then indeed will you, merciful, tender heart, have pity on me. Okay. Now I read the stanza in the original language, and we'll analyze stanza 802. The stanza in the Georgian language is as follows: Tu sachut roman damam chos, ovelta damam chobelman, Raribi mokde raribat, verdami tiros mshobelman, vegar shem sudron dagdilta davelza misan dobelman, Shem itzchalos twenman ve ulman motzchalem lobelman. So the first two words of line number 1 of stanza 802 are tu sachut roman. Tu consists of one syllable, sachut roman consists of 4 syllables, so in total the first two words, tu sachut roman, consists of 5 syllables. Then we have the third word of line number 1 is da mam chos, it consists of 3 syllables. Then we have the words o velta, consists of 3 syllables, da mam, it consists of 2 syllables, so in total those two words consist of 5 syllables. So we have here 5 plus 3 plus 5, and finally we have O Belman. O Belman consists of 3 syllables. So in conclusion, we can say that line number 1 of stanza 802 is broken into 4 segments of 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word in line number 1. The last word of line number 1 is Damam Chobelman. It consists of 5 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of this word, Damam Chobelman. The last 3 syllables are O Bel Man. So the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables, Obelman, 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 and Obelman. Then we have line number 2, Raribi, Mokde. Those two words, Raribi, consist of 3 syllables, and Mokde consists of 2 syllables. So in total, those two words, Raribi, Mokde, consist of 5 syllables. Then we have Raribat, it consists of 3 syllables. Then the next two words are ver damitiros. Ver consists of 1 syllable, damitiros consists of 4 syllables. So those two words, ver damitiros, consist of 5 syllables. And finally we have mshobelman. It is the last word of line number 2 that consists of 3 syllables. O belman. So in conclusion, you can say that line number 2 of stanza 802 is broken into 4 segments of 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word. The last word is Shobelman, and the rhyming is on O Belman. That is the last 3 syllables of this word, Shobelman. Then we have line number 3. The first two words are Ve'al, Shem, Shud, Ron. Ve'al consists of two syllables. Shem, Shud, Ron consists of three syllables. So in total, the first two words of line number 3 of stanza 802 consists of 5 syllables. Then the third word of line number 3 is Dazl, Dil, Tight, consists of 3 syllables. Then we have Daverza, Misant. Da consists of 1 syllable, Verza consists of 2 syllables, and Misant consists of 2 syllables. So it is 1 plus 2 plus 2, that is 5 syllables. So we have 5 plus 3 plus 5, and finally we have Obelman, that consists of 3 syllables. So in conclusion, we can say that line number 3 of stanza 802 is broken into 4 segments of 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word. The last word is Misandobelman. This word, Misandobelman, consists of 5 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables, that is to say, Obelman. And I forgot to count the number of letters that of the last word that the poet repeats on. We have the repetition is on Obelman, Obelman, and Obelman. The rhyming is on Obelman, Obelman, and Obelman. Therefore, the repetition is also on Obelman, Obelman, and Obelman, of course. And the Obelman consists of 7 letters as follows: O, B, A, L, M, A, and N. In total, it is 7 letters. And in line number 4, we have Mun Shemitzralos. Mun consists of 1 syllable. Shemitzralos consists of 4 syllables. In total, the first 2 words of line number 4 consist of 5 syllables. Then we have Tquen Man Ve, it consists of 3 syllables. Then we have Gulman Motralem. Gulman consists of 2 syllables. Motralem consists of 3 syllables. So in total, those 2 words consist of 5 syllables. And finally, we have Obelman, that consists of 3 syllables. So, in conclusion, you can say that the structure of the 16 syllables of line number 4 are 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, or in other words, we can say that line number 4 is broken into 4 segments of 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 syllables. And the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word. The last word is very long word, Motzalem Lobelman, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of this long word, that is Obelman. And the repetition is also on Obelman. And Obelman consists of 7 letters, as I already mentioned before. The letters are O, B, A, L, M, A, and N. Okay, so in conclusion, you can say that stanza 802 is according to the Dabali Shairi. It is in a slow pace. The structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. And the last 3 syllables are Obelman, 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 and Obelman. And the repetition is on the last 7 letters of the last word in each line. The repetition is on Obelman, and the Obelman consists of 7 letters. And as I've already mentioned before, the 7 letters are as follows: O, B, A, L, M, A, and N. Okay, so we finish with stanza 802. Then we have stanza 791. Actually, stanza 791 is an aphorism about love. What is aphorism? Aphorism is a concise statement of a principle, truth, or a sentiment. Okay? I'll repeat again. An aphorism is a concise statement about a principle, truth, or a sentiment. And stanza 791 is an aphorism about love. Okay? And the poem consists of more than 200 aphorisms. And usually the structure of an aphorism is, according to the Maharshi, it is in a fast pace, and therefore the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. That is to say, each line is broken into 4 segments of 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 syllables. And the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables of the last word in each line. Okay, but we have also exceptions. We have stanzas, we have aphorism that that are double shari in a slow pace, and therefore those aphorisms, the structure of the 16 syllables are 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. But here, stanza 791, that is an aphorism about love, is not exceptional. Therefore, here it is in a fast pace, so Maharshi, and therefore the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables of the last word in each line. So first of all, I will read the stanza in the translation to English, then I will read it in the original language, and we will analyze this stanza 791. So the translation to English of stanza 791 is as follows. Thou hast read how the apostles write of love, how they speak of it, how they praise it. Know thou it, and harmonize thy knowledge. Love exalteth us. This is as it were the tinkling burden of their song. If thou conceive not this, how can I convince ignorant men? Okay. Now I read the stanza in the original language and we'll analyze the stanza. Stanza 791 in the original language is as follows. Tzagik itchav sirwa rulsha mochikulni ragwar zeren vititriyan vitakeben tzan shnobani miaperen sirwa ruli agwa marlebs vitejroani amas jreren shenar jerchar ustavle likatsni vitsa sheva jeren. So here the first word of line number 1 is tzagik itchav. It consists of 4 syllables. Then the second word is sir va rulsa. It also consists of 4 syllables. The third word is mo ti kulni. It also consists of 4 syllables. And finally, the last two words of line number 1 are ragwar, tseren. Ragwar consists of 2 syllables. Tseren is also consists of 2 syllables. In conclusion, you can say that line number 1 of stanza 791 is broken into 4 segments of 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. That is to say, each segment consists of 4 syllables. And the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables of the last word of line number 1. The last word of line number 1 is tseren, and the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables, that is to say, eren. Okay? And so, in stanza 791, the rhyming is on 2 syllables, that is to say, we have eren, 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 and eren. And the poet repeats on the last 4 letters of the last word in each line. The last word of line number 1 is tseren, and the repetition is on eren. Eren consists of 4 letters as follows: A, R, A, and N. Then in line number 2 of stanza 791, we have the first 2 words are wheat, it, we, an. Wheat consists of 1 syllable, it, we, an consists of 3 syllables. In total, those 2 words, wheat, it, we, an, consist of 4 syllables. Then the next 2 words are wheat, a, ke, ben. Wheat consists of 1 syllable, a, ke, ben consists of 3 syllables. So in total, those 2 words with a, ke, ben consist of 4 syllables. And then we have the last word of line line number 2 is mi, a, peren. It consists of 4 syllables. So the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables of the word mi, a, peren, that is to say, eren. And the repetition is also on the last 4 letters of the last word mi, a, peren, that is to say, on letters A, R, A, and N. Then we have line number 3. So in conclusion, you can say that the structure of the 16 syllables of line number 2 are 4 plus 4. The structure is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables, Rn, and the repetition is on the last 4 letters, that is to say, A, R, A, and N. Then we have line number 3. The first word of line number 3 is sir, wa, ru, li. It consists of 4 syllables. Then the second word of line number 3 of stanza 791 is ar, wa, mar, lebs. It consists of 4 syllables. Then the next 2 words are wheat, ej, ruani. Wheat consists of 1 syllable. Ej, ruani consists of 3 syllables. In total, those 2 words, wheat, ej, ruani, consist of 4 syllables. And finally, the last 2 words of line number 3 of stanza 791 is amas, jreren. Amas consists of 2 syllables, and jreren consists also of 2 syllables. So here, in total, those last 2 words of line number 3 consist of 4 syllables. Therefore, the structure of line number 3 of stanza 791 is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. In other words, line number 3 is broken into 4 segments, so 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 syllables. And the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables of the last word. The last word is reren, and the last 2 syllables are eren. Okay, and the repetition is on the last four letters of the last word to show the last four letters are A, R, A, and N. Okay, then we have line number 4 of stanza 791. The first four words are Shen, Ar, Jer, Har. Each word consists of one syllable, so in total those two words consist of four syllables. Then the fifth word of line number 4 is Us, Sar, Lel, Ni. It consists of four syllables. Then the next two words are Katsni, Vintsa. Katsni consists of two syllables. Vintsa also consists of two syllables. So in total, those two words, Katsni, Vintsa, consist of four syllables. And finally, the last word of line number 4 is She, Va, Je, Ren. It consists of four syllables in total. And so, in conclusion, you can say that the line number 4 is broken into four segments of 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. And the rhyming is on the last two syllables of this last word, Sheva Jeren, that is to say, Eren. And the repetition is on the last four letters of this last word, Sheva Jeren, that is to say, A, R, A, and N. So in conclusion, we can say that stanza 791, that is aphorism about love, is in the form of the Magali Shairi, in the fast pace. Each line is broken into four segments of 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming is on the last two syllables of the last word in each line, that is to say Eren, 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 and Eren, and the repetition is on the last four letters of the last word in each line, that is to say on letters A, R, A, and N. Okay, so we finish with stanza 791, and finally I will present to you stanza number 2. Stanza number 2 is actually part of the prologue. This great poem, The Night in the Panther Skin, consists of prologue and epilogue, and stanza number 2 is part of the prologue. And because of the fact that we can write a poem without prologue and epilogue, therefore the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, that is to say it is in the form of the Bali Shairi or slow pace, and the rhyming is on the last three syllables of the last word in each line. Okay, but I presented to you stanza number 2 only in order to find out on how many letters of the last word in each line the poet repeats. Okay, so in stanza number 2, that is prologue, the poet praises God that created the universe. He asks from God to shield him from the Satan, and also asks from God that God will give him the longing of lovers. And finally, he also asks from God, the poet asks from God to lighten the burden of the sins that he must bear. Okay, so I'll read stanza number 2 in the translation to English, then I'll read it in the original language, and we will see on how many letters of the last word in each line the poet repeats. So stanza number 2 in the translation to English is as follows. O one God, thou didst create the face of every form. Shield me, give me mastery to trample on Satan. Give me the longing of lovers, lasting even unto death, lightening of the burden of sins I must bear thither with me. Okay, now I read the stanza in the original language, and we'll just find out on how many letters of the last word the poet repeats. The stanza in the original language is as follows: merto erto shen shekmen sache choblisa tanisa shen damipare zdreva metz dat gunvat mesatanisa momets minurta survili sik dvidme gasatanisa tsodvata shesubukeba montana zasatanisa. As I already mentioned before, we will not repeat here on every word on each line. I've already mentioned that the structure of this stanza number 2 is in the double and therefore the structure of the syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. The last 3 syllables in each of the last word in each line, it is Tanisa, 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 and Tanisa. Okay? And the rule is that the poet repeats at least on the last 3 letters of the last word in each line. Now we'll see on how many letters of the last word the poet repeats in each line. The last word of line number 1 is Tanisa. Here the poet repeats on all the letters of the last word of line number 1. That is to say, the last word is Tanisa, and he repeats on all the letters of Tanisa. That is to say, he repeats on letters T, A, N, E, S, and A. In total, it is 6 letters. And in line number 2, the last word is Satanisa. The word Satanisa consists of 8 letters, and the poet repeats on the last 6 letters, that is to say Tanisa, that consists of the letters T, A, N, E, S, and A. Then the last word of line number 3 is Gasatanisa. This word Gasatanisa consists of 10 letters in total, and the poet repeats on Tanisa, that is to say on the last 6 letters of this last word Gasatanisa, that are the letters T, A, N, E, S, and A. And finally, we have here the last word of line number 4 of stanza 2 is Tasatanisa. Tasatanisa consists of 10 letters, and here the poet repeats on the last 6 letters, that is to say T, A, N, E, S, and A. So in conclusion, we can say that stanza number 2 is in the form of the Dabari Shairi in a slow pace. It is the prologue of the poem, and therefore the structure of the 16 syllables in each line are 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. That is to say Tanisa, 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 and Tanisa. And the poet repeats on the last 6 letters of the last word in each line. And the letters are T, A, N, E, S, and A. Okay? So actually, in order to combine all those characteristics in one poem, you must be super genius, and the great poet Shlomo Rustaveli, indeed succeeded to do this impossible mission and therefore we can read and enjoy this great masterpiece, The Night in the Panther Skin. Okay, thank you very much.